Little bit of new, little bit of old here, because it's kind of what we do on this channel, analyzing Team Go Rocket, but this time I had somebody from my Discord, as well as just, you know, a YouTube viewer and stuff like that, who sent off a battle of him going up against Giovanni right now. Now, we're gonna do this sort of in a way I hope to not be, you know, too critical, but also I just want to analyze the viewer that I am super grateful for. I want to analyze how your match went. That's gonna be Crocodile, of course, as you saw on screen. Now, what you're also gonna see is a comparison to a video that we did earlier on, kind of when Giovanni was first sending out the Articuno lineup, and the reason for the comparison is actually because Crocodile sort of took it upon himself to mostly just use Machamp, and that was something that I mentioned in a previous video, is that Machamp can do almost the entire fight, and so we're sort of analyzing what's going on here. This will also provide you new options. I mean, this Machamp that Crocodile is using, of course, on that side of the screen has Payback, and that's the only move. Now, if you see, of course, on the right side of the screen with my dad's account, that's that video, and again, this has already been released on the channel, so you've seen that fight before if you've already viewed that video, obviously, on my channel. And something that's just a huge difference to see is that Machamp on my dad's account has Cross Chop. Now, we're sending in a new Machamp, it looks like, that does have Cross Chop on Crocodile's side, and it's a Shadow Machamp, so that's kind of gonna add, like, I guess, an interesting dynamic, is that obviously Shadow Pokemon do have an attack boost at the expense of their defense stat. And so, as you'll see, Machamp with Cross Chop can do most of the fight because you just have such a spammy moveset when you pair it with Counter, and so you can obviously tell that Crocodile took out that Kangaskhan pretty easily with this Machamp. Now, the good news about Crocodile's Shadow Machamp right there is that it does have Rock Slide, so that's a way that Machamp can actually solo this Shadow Articuno lineup, I'd say actually pretty dang effectively, to be honest, and unfortunately it looks like Crocodile did not get off that last charge move. Sometimes that's the luck of the draw, but if you're good at kind of timing that out, you can actually tell like how many fast attacks you have before the Team Go Rocket side starts attacking with their fast attack. He's sending in Charizard as the last spot Pokemon, which is an okay choice. It's not going to be, obviously, the 100% optimized choice, and that's totally fine for this video because we have shown some really optimized choices, and we oftentimes on this channel like to show you a multitude of options. So, you know, maybe you don't have a rock type that would be really effective in this fight. Rock is the key, of course. But Charizard is going to take neutral damage. The fire kind of nullifies the ice, but the flying is obviously weak to the ice from Articuno. But now that you saw the fight come to a close, we'll kind of just analyze everything without seeing my dad's account. So one thing that Crocodile did, which is actually not even necessary, especially when you're below level 40, like we can see that Crocodile is, because even just as early as seeing that Persian come out, you can tell that its CP is 6728. If you are level 40 or above, that Persian's going to be above 7,000. Team Go Rocket Pokemon will scale up and down in the CP to match your trainer level. But one thing that could have been done differently if you want to optimize this, and again, I'm very grateful that Crocodile sent this, so this is not trying to be like some nitpicker or something. This is just, I think, for helping viewers out, is that you can switch right when the battle starts. We show that a lot on this channel, man. Almost every single fight, we do a switch, because obviously Team Go Rocket, their Pokemon will stand still. It's honestly for about 3 seconds whenever you manually switch out a Pokemon, or if it faints. You know, you saw Giovanni's Persian faint right there, and there was a lot of time that we had where his Pokemon are not going to be attacking at all. And so obviously this Machamp right here having Payback, that does mean that you're not going to be able to spam that move out as much. You can see that his Machamp, and it's above the Great League levels. All the other videos I've done on this channel, we stayed below 1500 CP, so it is surviving on that, but it cannot get those charge moves off as fast as, say, when it has Cross Chop or even Rock Slide. So it was pretty cool from my perspective. Kind of something that I would do is use this Shadow Champ right here that he sent out second. You know, it's below 1500 CP, so that's a good challenge, because obviously when you take him on, if you can't beat him, you can have your Pokemon above 1500. It's just something I choose to do, not only to make the challenge a little bit harder, but also just to demonstrate to viewers that you can win without having, you know, 3000 plus CP Pokemon. So like we said earlier, something that he did amazing with that Machamp choice is having 2 charge attacks, and one of those being Rock Slide, because Articuno's weakness to Rock is higher than any of the other types that it's weak to. And obviously if you want to finish it out with Charizard, that's great. I mean, a Blast Burn Charizard is going to do a hell of a lot. You could resist the ice of the Articuno's attacks, because no matter what, it's going to have ice if you had a different choice, while also dealing super effective damage. You can go electric, you can go fire, but Rock really is the key there. So again, I really just have to thank Crocodile for sending this over. Anybody that wants to send over their Team Go Rocket fights, specifically of the leaders or Giovanni, at any time, please feel free to do so. You can get in contact with me on the Discord, or just send me a Google Drive link straight up in the YouTube comments if it doesn't catch it as spam, and I'd be happy to show off your battle, talk about it, maybe you can help some other people. Speaking of, why not check out an end screen on screen if you're still having trouble beating Giovanni, and I thank you so much for viewing.